Most men over 50 are quietly triggering inflammation in their prostate, and they don't even realize it. This isn't about bad luck, and it's not your genes. It's your daily habits, the ones repeated over years, that are silently pushing your prostate to swell, causing frequent urination, restless nights, and declining bladder control. As a prostate specialist, I've seen the same pattern over and over again. Too many men think waking up multiple times at night to pee is just part of getting older. It's not. It's your body sounding the alarm. And sadly, most men don't listen until it's too late. But what if you could stop this cycle? What if you could avoid long-term urinary problems, protect your bladder, and sleep through the night again, peacefully? In this video, I'll show you what's really causing your prostate to enlarge, which early warning signs you should never ignore, and the simple daily changes that can stop inflammation in its tracks. This isn't generic advice. It's the same guidance I give to my own patients. And if you're serious about aging strong, not weak, make sure you're following this channel. New insights every week. Now, let's talk about the prostate itself. It's a small gland, about the size of a walnut, that sits just below the bladder. Its main job? To produce the fluid that nourishes and protects sperm. After age 50, the prostate often begins to grow. This condition is called benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BPH. It's not cancer, but the effects can still be life-altering. As the prostate grows, it presses on the urethra, the narrow tube that carries urine out of the body. That pressure makes it harder for the bladder to fully empty. That's why men with BPH often experience a weak or interrupted urine stream, a constant feeling of needing to urinate even right after going, frequent trips to the bathroom, especially at night, and a lingering sense that the bladder never fully empties. Over time, these symptoms gradually worsen, which is why early detection matters. BPH doesn't just appear overnight. It develops slowly, often without dramatic signs. Many men brush off the early symptoms as just aging, but that's a mistake. Left untreated, BPH can cause serious complications like bladder damage or chronic urinary retention. Understanding this condition is your first defense. Now, let's look at the early warning signs that many men ignore. A weak urine stream, frequent, urgent urination, waking up multiple times at night, nocturia, post-void dribbling, that extra leaking after you think you're done, a feeling of incomplete emptying. These symptoms may seem minor at first, but they are not normal. They are your body's early warnings. Unfortunately, many men wait until urination becomes painful or nearly impossible before they seek help. By then, the bladder may already be strained or damaged. Don't wait. The earlier you recognize these signs, the easier it is to stop the progression and protect your long-term urinary health. Now, here's a silent but harmful habit many men fall into: holding in urine too often. Whether it's a busy day, discomfort using public restrooms, or just ignoring the urge, it seems harmless, but it's not. Delaying urination increases bladder pressure, irritates the prostate, and worsens inflammation, especially if the prostate is already enlarged. The longer urine stays in the bladder, the more concentrated it becomes, raising the risk of infections. And for men with BPH, who already have a narrowed urethra, holding in urine can severely weaken the bladder over time. The result? Chronic retention and an overstretched bladder that struggles to empty even when you finally go. My advice? Always listen to your body. When you feel the urge, go. It's a simple habit, but it supports healthy bladder and prostate function and helps you avoid painful complications down the line.
Let me explain what happens when the prostate enlarges and narrows the urethra. The bladder has to push harder to get the urine out. That extra work causes the bladder's main muscle, the detrusor muscle, to thicken over time. This condition is called detrusor hypertrophy. At first, this may seem like the bladder is just adapting, but there's a cost. A thickened bladder wall loses flexibility. It becomes harder to store urine comfortably. You may feel the urge to urinate constantly, even when the bladder isn't full. And in some cases, the detrusor muscle becomes so overworked, it begins to contract involuntarily, making urination urgent and unpredictable. Here's the bottom line. Your prostate health isn't just about comfort. It's about maintaining independence, confidence, and quality of life. If you're over 50, don't ignore the signs. Understand what your body is telling you and make proactive changes now, not after it's too late. And if this message resonated, make sure you're subscribed. I'll be sharing more tools, habits, and natural strategies every week to help you stay strong, sharp, and in control as you age. Your health isn't slowing down, it's evolving. Let's help it evolve in the right direction. When your bladder can't fully empty, it sets off a dangerous cycle. What starts as a bit of urgency or occasional dribbling can quickly escalate to incomplete emptying and increased urinary retention. Over time, this overload can stretch the bladder, weaken its muscles, and cause long-term dysfunction. It's a perfect example of how the body's short-term solutions, like muscle thickening, end up causing bigger problems. The detrusor muscle, which powers urination, grows stronger at first, but then stiffens and loses flexibility. That makes it harder to store or empty urine comfortably. This is why understanding how your bladder reacts to prostate growth is crucial. Prostate specialists stress early action can prevent the bladder from reaching this weakened, overworked state. With the right treatment and daily habits, men can maintain bladder flexibility and strength well into their later years. And here's something that often goes overlooked. Treating the prostate isn't enough. You have to protect the bladder too. Inflammation is one of the hidden drivers of prostate enlargement. When the prostate becomes irritated, whether by pressure, infection, or retained urine, your immune system responds. Inflammatory cells rush in, swelling follows, and with that, a silent biochemical chain reaction begins. This process releases cytokines and growth factors, molecules designed to help the body heal. But in the aging male body, they often do the opposite. They fuel prostate growth. In short, inflammation becomes the engine behind BPH, not just a side effect. It doesn't stop at the prostate either. Chronic inflammation can spread to the bladder neck and urethra, tightening those passages and worsening flow. Even without fever or pain, low-grade inflammation can cause pressure, discomfort, and pelvic tension that's hard to ignore. Doctors who specialize in BPH often focus on calming this immune response. Why? Because reducing inflammation can not only ease symptoms, but it can actually slow down the growth of the prostate itself. The tools are straightforward. Anti-inflammatory diets, targeted supplements, safe medications when necessary, and lifestyle changes that support immune health. Reducing inflammation isn't just about comfort, it's a long-term strategy for prostate protection. Now let's talk about the small, everyday habits that quietly make BPH worse. 1. Too much caffeine. Coffee, tea, sodas, these might be part of your daily routine, but they stimulate the bladder and increase urgency. For men with an enlarged prostate, this added pressure can make things worse. Cutting back can bring surprising relief. 2. Sitting too much. A sedentary lifestyle slows blood flow to the pelvic region. Poor circulation contributes to inflammation and fluid buildup. Light activity, walking, stretching, even standing breaks can support prostate and bladder health. 3. The wrong diet. Highly processed foods, saturated fats, and excessive sugar all trigger systemic inflammation. That doesn't just affect your prostate, it puts stress on your heart, hormones, and metabolism too. On the flip side, eating more vegetables, healthy fats like olive oil, and foods rich in antioxidants can help cool the inflammation and promote hormonal balance. 4. Not drinking enough water. Many men cut back on water to avoid frequent urination, but this backfires. Concentrated urine irritates the bladder, increases inflammation, and raises the risk of infection. Proper hydration helps flush the urinary system and keeps things flowing smoothly. The bottom line? Small habits either support your prostate or sabotage it. Choose wisely. One of the most dangerous complications of untreated BPH is chronic urinary retention. This happens when the bladder simply can't empty anymore, despite feeling full. You might feel a constant urge to urinate, but only a trickle comes out, or nothing at all. This isn't just frustrating, it's a medical emergency. As the bladder fills beyond its capacity, it becomes overstretched. That weakens its muscles and increases infection risk. In extreme cases, urine backs up into the kidneys, causing permanent damage. Most men don't notice the slow buildup until something breaks. Sudden pain, swelling in the lower abdomen, or an inability to urinate are the first real alarms. By that point, a catheter is often needed and long-term recovery becomes much harder. Prostate doctors urge, don't wait for things to get that far. Early treatment can prevent this outcome entirely. This is why regular monitoring, checkups, and symptom awareness matter so much. Proactive care is the best defense. So how can you start protecting your prostate today? 1. Don't hold in urine. It might seem harmless, but delaying urination increases bladder pressure and irritates the prostate. Take regular bathroom breaks even when it's inconvenient. 2. Do Kegel exercises. These pelvic floor movements strengthen the muscles that control urine flow. Just a few minutes a day can improve bladder control and reduce leakage. 3. Eat smart. Tomatoes, leafy greens, fatty fish, berries. These foods are rich in anti-inflammatory compounds and antioxidants that support prostate and urinary health. 4. Stay hydrated. Don't fear water. Proper hydration helps prevent urinary infections and keeps your system clean. 5. Get regular checkups. Especially after age 50, routine visits with a prostate specialist help catch changes early before symptoms spiral out of control. Whether you're using natural strategies, supplements, or medical treatments, the key is consistency. Prostate health isn't a one-time fix, it's a daily commitment. And if you're ready to go deeper, consider joining the members-only group on this channel. You'll get exclusive health content, early access to new videos, and expert Q&A sessions, all tailored to men over 50 who are serious about staying strong. Here's the truth. You don't have to wait for symptoms to take control of your health. Start now. Small actions today can prevent big problems tomorrow. And the biggest mistake? Thinking it won't happen to me. Until one day, it does. If this video helped, drop a comment, share it with someone you care about, and hit subscribe. Turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Your health matters, and it's time to take charge.